What's up, guys? Ncaa 31 here, bringing you some NCAA 13 online Dynasty action. This is Season 4 of the Powerhouse online Dynasty. Notre Dame at the Horseshoe against Ohio State. We've seen some real barn burners between these two teams over the past few seasons. Overtime affairs, shootouts, the miracle at the Horseshoe. And here we are. This is actually the second user game. I have a 3-game user gauntlet to survive. Texas, this game, and then Michigan. Then I close out the season with user games against Oregon and USC. So as usual, the schedule is very challenging. Actually included, I didn't record the opener because I had a Madden League game that same night, but luckily my opponent did, so the link to the Texas game is below, so you guys can watch that game. And I'm running my custom Lou Holtz Notre Dame playbook here this season.
On the ground with the tailback.
Just to recap a little bit of league history, I got to the BCS championship game in Season 1, where I lost to Alabama. In my biased, non-objective opinion, I got shafted in the polls in year 2. I ended up the regular season as number 2, which somehow got leapfrogged by a CPU Washington team. And year 3 was a down year with 3 losses, as I went 2-3 in my user games.
And they make the stop at the 27-yard line.
This year, I feel pretty good. We're hoping to pay homage to the past by honoring the 1988 Notre Dame Fighting Irish and hoping that'll wake up the echoes and get us back to the BCS title game. I got the right kind of team for it too. Everett Golson is finally the undisputed starter. He's no longer a change of pace QB. I got a stud offensive line. George Atkinson is a beast. He's a home run threat every time he touches the ball. I have a monster junior college transfer tight end.
And he's got the freshman.
I have speed on the outside, so if you crowd the box against the run and the option game, I can make you pay. Got all the elements for this style of offense. Defensively, I'm a little bit weak on the defensive line. Capron Lewis-Moore, Stephon Tuitt, and Lewis Nix are all gone. So I have pretty much a formation sub. You see an INT there, which I don't really like. I mean, the ball hits the ground, but the game registers it as an INT. What am I supposed to do? Not take the interception? Hope it gets fixed for next year, but I get on the board there. But as I was saying, on the defensive side of the ball, I have a pretty deep core of defensive linemen, and I pretty much formation sub them throughout the playbook based on formation set. Like in the 3-3-5 stack, I have my run stuffers. In my nickel and dime, I have my pass rush specialists. So while I don't have the front-end talent of Nix, Lewis-Moore, and Tuitt, I have a lot of depth and versatile guys.
Makes it to the 44.
Linebacking crew is decent. Still haven't really replaced Manti Te'o's beastness. My secondary, the corners that I recruited after the first 2 seasons have finally grown up, where they don't freak me out whenever the ball's thrown in the air towards them. And my safeties are pretty decent. I have Josh Atkinson back there as well.
That was textbook.
So I'm feeling pretty good about the team.
Intercepted. He's at the 40.
And there's one of my DBs who I recruited after season 1 or 2.
Option, throwing right. Intercepted. It's the sophomore corner.
I thought that was a risk that was worth taking at that point in the game. I've been the beneficiary of the good old EA snowball effect. You know, you have those games where momentum seems to go against you, and the more you try to fight it, the worse it gets.
The 26-yard line.
Definitely had some breaks go my way.
Here's the option left.
And my attitude when games get like this, when I'm on the receiving end, either way, is just to keep on playing, because if I can get a boatload of breaks in the first half of the game, he can get a boatload of breaks in the second half of the game, and vice versa. If I'm down and up against it, just keep on fighting.
And he's level.
I've played enough Madden and Ncaa over the years to know that the game is never over until
and still completed it.
You see those triple zeros.
At the 46-yard line.
So I'm just going to keep on trying to play and do what I'm doing.
Going deep. He goes up, picked off.
As we get another INT there. Really like my secondary this year, as opposed to last season when my secondary was my Achilles heel. They're now probably my strength. And my Achilles heel is either my middle linebacker or the lack of a real, true, dominant defensive lineman. And there, I think he run committed by accident, because he looked like he was going to blitz with his linebacker, but his entire defense just committed to the run. So now he busts out some wing bone here, and it actually gives me some problems, a little bit of a different look. The wing bone is very effective for him. He's got a young quarterback, there's no more Braxton Miller. So again, with that momentum factor that's in the game, you compound that with a young quarterback. Things can kind of snowball on you. A nice throw there.
And they make the stop at the 46.
Because these players have composure and whatnot. The more experience that they get, the more composed they become.
Tackle at the 15-yard line. Option right.
The game used to have a composure meter back in Ncaa 06. Well, it doesn't have a meter anymore. It's been confirmed over the years it's still a part of the game. So they get back on the board.
Under heavy pressure.
Dolson escapes.
He scrambles and picks up 5.
Dolson trying to be my Tony Rice this season.
He fights forward to about the 30. The running back
probably won't play this style of offense next season. Gunnar Kyle's going to be my starter next season. So I might go back to my pro-style air raid offense
worked all week on their preparation.
that I was running the first 2 seasons when I had Tommy Reese. But Gunnar is also pretty athletic, so who knows? I might go with a spread attack, which mixes in some air raid passing and some spread option. I got a custom spread playbook that's in the works that might fit Gunnar Kyle pretty nicely.
Looks like he flinched down there on the line.
Once you're set, you've got to stay.
Come on now, no penalties.
He might have a chance.
Follow that blocker. Go, Everett, go.
To the 10. He's all the way.
And Everett houses that sucker.
Oh my, what a run that was.
Really nice blocking there.
McNeil running the option. He's taken down at the 39-yard line. So with 5
back to the wing bone.
Looks to pass. Going deep, lays it out there.
See, I get a decent pocket push when I have my pass rusher guys in there. They're really very, very good, considering that they're young. But they don't play the run very well. Except my defensive linemen are either pure run stoppers or pure pass rushers. There's no balance.
Brought down at about the 33-yard line. Counterplay.
Atkinson is so explosive.
Right around the 46-yard line. And he is drilled.
This is my backup. He's more of a power back. Like to put him in when Atkinson gets a big gain or he gets a lot of carries in a row. And here, this guy just destroys.
The 10.
my linebacker or my safety, whoever that was, and houses that sucker. So now, all of a sudden,
counter left.
you've got a 17-point game. Anything can happen in these games, boy.
They'll get him for
Screw that play up.
I like how the defense got all
That
up.
counter option works sweet, but the read for me is a little bit weird. I'm usually a little bit late in reading the dive or the keep, and by the time I read it, the opportunity to get the ball to the tailback is done, or the fullback is done. When I read it properly like that, you usually get a pretty good lane because the counter action can freeze the linebackers.
This kind of X
in the game.
But reading dive or keep is a little bit tricky for me. It's just a little bit faster than the triple option, the normal triple option.
At the 18-yard line.
So now it's all about ball security, no turnovers, play it safe. Hang on to that football.
Just over a minute in the fourth quarter. Kicks up, and it is good.
And that should do it.
That's a good feeling for the kicker and his teammate.
Slings it, and they make the stop.
Now we're just going to open up the umbrella and try to make it as time-consuming as possible to move the ball down the field.
Tackle made at the 43.
Well, the defense has got to be very frustrated. They just gave up a huge play. They
not
were
too
in
easy.
position to make a
Can't
play
be
on
that
football,
easy.
But the quarterback and wide receiver and their chemistry, they were able to overcome the tight coverage from the defense.
Play some cover 4, trust those safeties to do their thing. Watch those seams.
He steps up. He's taken down right around the 30. 5 wide set in the defense, anticipating pass here. Steps up.
Good play.
They'll bring him down at the 14-yard line. Throwing right. Picked off, and that'll seal it up.
And Josh Atkinson seals the deal.
And so that's going to do it. Our final score in this one, Notre Dame 41, Ohio State 21.
So I'm looking to, at this point, survive the Texas, Ohio State, and Michigan gauntlet at 2-1. Take care of business in my CPU games, and then hopefully when I play
I thought this would have been a little closer
Oregon and USC,
maybe that says
I'm
something
playing
about
for
how
a shot
good
to
game
get
they
into the
play.
big dance.
Notre Dame had a really tough matchup coming in, but they were prepared, motivated, and came away with a really solid win.
EA Sports congratulates this young man for
Rick
his fine
Golson with a big
performance
day.
and his award for Player of the Game. For Notre Dame, this is a nice way to rebound from their opening loss. And for Ohio State, they'll drop to 1-1. That's going to do it for this edition of NCAA
And here's what I'm
Football
talking about. You
13.
see that ball
I'm
hit the
Brad
ground,
Nessler
but the
saying
game
so long
doesn't,
for my partners,
you
Kurt
know,
Street and Aaron Andrews.
register
We'll
it as
see
an
you next
incomplete
time.
pass. And even if you could review it, it would not be overturned. I've done replay reviews in Offline Dynasty, and the same thing happens in Madden too. When you try to review that play when the ball looks like it hits the ground and it's ruled an INT, the game's code recognizes it as an INT. And here my linebacker just gets trucked. Jeez. Good run. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you all later. Peace.